What's good, Baseline family? We're here today, 47 straight weeks of the Baseline podcast. And today we got a really special guest from Texas, Akili Baby Boy Poel Vining.
For sure. What's
Yes,
up,
sir.
man? Checking in. How y'all doing?
Let's go. So thank you for coming on. Really appreciate you having me. And basically what I'll say is like every single week we just get a new player, coach, owner of teams, to come in and give us their story.
Yeah.
Every story is so unique.
Yeah.
And I say that every week because truly, like, every player has their own story, their own thing that they do, and you can end up in Sweden, you can end up in Japan, in China,
Sure.
all around the world just playing the game you love.
Yeah.
So we're going to dive into your story.
Okay.
I'm really excited. And yeah, man.
All right.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, for sure. Let's do
Okay,
it.
so usually we go like a little chronologically. Let's take it all the way back.
Okay.
From your family growing up, what kind of started your love for ball?
Youngest of 6. Separately though, in my house that I grew up in, my father, he had one other son, but he was married. So his wife had 3 kids, which are my siblings. So in that house it was 5 of us, and then my mom on her side, she had 2 more. So actually 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 6 or 7. I'm one of them.
6, 7.
Yeah, 6, 7. You feel me? When I was like 3 or 4, 3 really, my dad had. I remember the story from how they told me when I was 3. They put a football and a basketball in front of me. When I was 3, I chose football. Football was actually my first love, but I also liked basketball, so I played both sports from 3 until like middle school. The reason why I stopped playing football was because we didn't know if I was gonna grow. We got to middle school. I was really fast as a kid, so I was fine. I played quarterback. Once we got to like the 7th grade, everybody grew. I was younger than everybody. I'm 1999, but I was in the class of people that were 98, 97, and I was April. I was a late bloomer. So my pops was like, "Look, man," he just didn't want me to get hurt playing that sport and not be able to play basketball. So being so small, he was like, "Just choose one." Chose basketball. I fell in love with basketball when I fell out of love with football. Got to high school, still tiny. I'm still small. I was about 5 foot as a freshman. Really small, unathletic, not strong, slow. The complete opposite of who I am today. I had got this little injury, I fractured my tibia, and I hit a growth spurt. So I went from 5 foot to 5'8". And in that time span, I started getting stronger. I started lifting weights and stuff, doing it the natural way. Started stretching because of the injury. Started working on my legs more because of the injury. I came back a completely different person.
And this happened around freshman year?
Freshman year, the summer after my first year. So my freshman year, I played varsity. I had left my little district. I went to like a Fort Worth district. I played varsity. And that summer going into my sophomore year, I fractured it.
And you fractured it playing ball?
Yeah.
So it's a little ironic you left football because you didn't want to get hurt, and you got hurt with basketball.
It was a non-contact play, though.
That's the worst.
Yeah.
That's the worst.
Just a step.
But that happened to you freshman year.
Yeah.
And we talk about it all the time with guys who they'll get hurt maybe even before their first year of pro ball, in college, and then high school. But you had it freshman year, so you really had to start the process of physical therapy.
Yeah.
So did that, you think, maybe help you long term in kind of getting your tone right for how you recover your body in general?
It taught me how important stretching was. Stretching and just rest, stretching, and just strengthening the parts of your body you don't think you need to strengthen as a kid. It taught me that. I didn't know how important it was to have my quad strong, my hamstring strong to prevent those injuries. That's the only serious injury I've ever had. I was out 3 months, didn't need surgery though. Thank God I've never had surgery. Pray that I never get surgery. That's the worst injury I've ever had. It just taught me taking care of your body is really important. So after that, I grew, got stronger, got faster. I finally started hitting my spurt. Got really athletic. I was the one kid where people used to say, people around me growing up, "You're never gonna be able to dunk. You're never gonna do this. You're not gonna go Division I. You're not gonna be a pro." I was the one that everybody would say, "Bro, it'll never happen for you. You'll never touch 6 foot." You feel me? And I did all of those things. All those people told me I wouldn't. I had a father that told me I would, and he believed in God and all of that. So without that, I probably wouldn't even be here. So
when did you hit 6'2"?
I hit 6'2" after high school.
After high
I
school.
graduated high school at 5'11",
Okay.
and
So you're hearing like it's not gonna happen. It's not for you.
yeah,
This isn't made for you.
yeah,
But that whole way in high school, your pops was really like,
it's gonna happen.
it's gonna
Just keep
happen. So
going.
you're working in high school really hard, and especially probably after the injury, you have a different focus now.
Yeah.
So then, how was high school for you in just basketball, and also like I'm sure you did maybe some AAU as well. So
Of course.
how was that like?
So for AAU, I played with really good teams. From when I was a kid up until about like 7th, 8th grade, played with this team called the Nets. It was me and all my friends. We ended up playing high school together too. We were like one of the best teams in Texas. We kind of just fell off, and I went and played with this team called Family First as a freshman. We turned into Team Texas, which was like a really famous team. Nike team sponsored, EYBL, stuff like that. So from my sophomore year into my junior year, I played with Team Texas, and it was an experience like no other, man. I played against a lot of top players, like I'm talking Marvin Bagley when he was #1, Michael Porter Jr., Trae Young. I played against all those type of guys, and it was a surreal feeling, and I felt like I belonged, you know. High school, went to North Crowley. Again, friends that I grew up playing with, we all went there. Well, like 7 of us did.
Is this in Fort Worth?
Fort Worth.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's a powerhouse. It's considered a powerhouse in Texas. 6A, which is like the highest. You know, I got 1A, 2A, 3A.
Yeah.
We were 6A. We were always picked to finish top 10 in the state. My junior and senior year, we were picked 3rd both years. We were supposed to win state 2 years in a row, and we've just dropped the ball both years. We dropped the ball both years. Talent-wise, man, I think we had at least 4 or 5 players that can go D1 in basketball. Decision-wise, we didn't have 4 or 5 players to go.
Gotcha.
You know?
I hear you. So then you talk about playing against guys like Trae Young, Michael Porter, Marvin Bagley, and you said like you're playing with them.
Yeah.
You know, you're on that level. So
Yeah.
at what point were you kind of like, oh shit, like I could do this?
To be real, when I play at that time, it's not that I didn't feel like I could hoop with them at like I was on their level. I felt like I deserved to be there. But at that point in time in high school, they were better than me.
Right.
Like, and I seen what I needed to work on, but I knew that it's not like I can't play with them. I can guard them. It's not like they're taking my ball. It wasn't that type of, but you can see the difference in why they were who they were.
Yeah.
And watching, like, seeing that, I knew that I was like, man, I'm not far off. I'm right there. Like, I'm not far off. All I got is a little bit of tuning to do.
What were some things you picked up?
Learning how to be a point guard, like the right way, and learning how to perfect what I'm good at. I knew the difference between me and the top players, where a lot of the top players in high school got top training, top strength and conditioning, top everything. I trained myself from 14 to now. I've been my own trainer. I started working with a dude this past summer, and sometimes I work with my coach from UTA, but I've mainly been my own trainer, from watching players that I admired and just putting it into my workouts and just focusing on sharpening my tools in everywhere I could. And then also staying in the weight. I stay in the weight room more than anybody I know, like personally. Like, a lot of these dudes don't lift weights. Some of them just naturally healthy. Some of them do stretch, but I lift weights for real. So I do something that I know other people don't do to get an advantage. So if I'm not 6'5", but you 6'5", I'm real strong. You can't push me. I jump real high. You can't out-jump me. You might just be taller.
Like Ish Wainwright, he could guard 1 through 5. He's not the tallest guy.
Yeah, he's
You know?
strong.
He hones in on his defense, and I want to talk about that as well. Is like we talked with some players in the past few weeks about Scottie Pippen, right? He's an elite point guard, and like he hones in on being a point guard.
Yeah.
So you talked about becoming a real true point guard.
Yeah.
So what kind of did you learn about that? And then also I've seen some clips like you're a fucking good defender, you know?
Yeah,
so
sure.
how did you kind of get that mentality going?
Always being an underdog. Always, like, when you're an underdog and you going against guys and they be like, they're just better than y'all. Defending turns the tides. You feel me? Being able to guard, like, this the #1 dude. This is y'all guy. He can't score. Like, that's a pride thing. My pops, like, the first thing he ever taught me was be able to defend. He didn't hoop, but he knew defense. So I've always prided myself to be a good defender. Like, no one's gonna come give me 30. I'm gonna guard you. I'm gonna be an issue for you. And then offensively, up until this year, like a true PG, I was more of a scoring PG. I'm still like scorer minded, as in I'm a playmaker. I'm not like a guy who's just not gonna look at the rim. That's just not my game. I work too hard.
Yeah.
And if I'm efficient, I don't see why I shouldn't be able to score and pass.
For sure.
You feel me? So I think
Shot creating.
shot creating,
Yeah.
you know. So, but I love passing the ball. I've always loved passing. I like flashy passes, lobs. Passing the ball for me, I don't really score the first 3 quarters. If I'm playing an entire game, you won't really see me look to score until the fourth quarter. First 3 quarters, I'm looking to get everybody involved.
Mm-hmm.
Because if everyone's involved and everyone's hitting shots, they're dangerous. Fourth quarter comes, no one can help. Now it's just me and you. Now you got to guard me.
Yes,
You
sir.
know,
Yeah.
so that's how I look at the game when I'm playing point guard. Like, get everyone else involved first. When it matters the most, turn it on. And that's still how I think.
Definitely. And we talked about your pops a few times, and we could talk about it. We can move on if you don't want. But I saw that he did pass.
Yeah.
And that must have been really tough for you. I saw you also say he's your best friend.
Yeah.
So you talked about him being your main motivator. So has that carried on with you now?
Yeah, man. Every day. Like, he tatted on me. I mean, every night I pray, every morning I pray. Like, I miss you, I love you. Like, I'm praying to God, like, man, I miss my dad, He best friend, biggest fan, biggest critic, wingman, whatever you can think of in a best friend and a father, he was that for me. To this day, like, a lot of times I wanted to, man, I'm done. I don't want to hoop no more. I don't want to do this no more. Like, I thought about him, all the sacrifices he made for me to get to where I need to get, all the times where he was at my practice tired, sleep. Like, my dad was a hard worker, truck driver. He never wanted me to live that life. So he wanted me to focus on what I loved, and he knew that it would lead to non-stressful jobs. You feel me? Like, basketball is not stressful. Not as in, like, as a job, I'd rather be doing this than to be driving 18 hours a night, stuff like that. So seeing him come to my practices, even if he's tired, he'd get off work 5, 6 in the morning, or he'd go at 5 in the morning, he'd get off at 6 p.m. He'd take me to practice at 8. He there. He sleep, but he there. I was like, man, my daddy made real sacrifices for me to be here.
To do something you love.
To do something I love,
Yeah.
So I carried it with me every day, all day.
For sure. And then going back to the basketball, you senior year, it's time to start making decisions. So what kind of was the process like for you? You were at a powerhouse. Did you have a lot of eyes on you? What was the whole commitment like?
So my senior year of high school, it was like I said, man, we didn't finish how we should have, right? We lost fourth round of the playoffs. We had me, Jordan Myers, in high school, like our freshman year until our senior year, he was like a really talented guy. Like our freshman year in high school, he was 7th in the country. He helped us have a lot of eyes. We had Grant Sherfield, who was also ranked in the country. He was a sophomore at the time, though. And we had a couple other guys, Trey Thomas, Caleb Hardaway. We all had eyes on us. But playing in a system in high school, sometimes you got to be a different player. The way I played in the summertime, when I had my looks and borderline Division I offers and stuff like that, I kind of lost it when my season started, because I went from, in the summertime, averaging 18-7. I played, like, my senior year, going to my senior year, I played on the Adidas circuit. So I went from Nike to Adidas. I was averaging 18-7 to 7-5, and it just looks different because you
come with less minutes.
Yeah, less minutes.
Yeah.
Situation different. You being asked to do something differently.
Right.
And I had to be okay with losing what I worked to gain for the betterment of the team, even if the team didn't get what we were supposed to get.
It's tough to make that sacrifice in high school.
It is.
That's the tough part.
Yep.
Because you do need to try and get your own, and I think we talk about that a lot in post-grad years.
Yeah.
And then like when you go to D3 and stuff like that. So you do end up going to Texas Wesleyan and the NAIA.
And I didn't go there first.
Okay.
Yeah. So my dad wanted me to choose Tarleton out of high school. He wanted me to end up, Tarleton's D1 now, but he was like, look, son, Division I you might not get that, but we can go D2 and work up. I said, no, I believe in myself. Like, and he believed in me too. He was like, okay, so what you want to do? You want to do JUCO? He didn't want me to go JUCO. I said, Dad, I can do 2 years of JUCO and go D1 from there. And he was like, all right, we did JUCO. My first year of JUCO, I redshirted because we didn't know that the team was under an investigation. We weren't allowed to go to the tournament that year. So I would have wasted a year if I would have played. So I redshirted. I was 18. JUCO was just like the greatest experience and the worst. We stayed in a bad town my first year. It was 23 guys on our team. I was 18 and it was freshmen that was 24. And I'm like, wow, like it's the trenches down here. But I came back the next year. I played, man, and I got honorable mention All-American. I got first team All-District, second team All-Region or something like that. We ended up losing in the first round. My dad passed that year. That's the year he passed. We lost in the first round, and he was homesick or whatever, and I went home to. All of that is deep. We don't got to get into that.
We could if you want, whatever you want.
I mean, I was having a great year, bro. I tell you this, I having a great year. Around November of that year, it was 2018, going into 2019. My pops was like, he had a stomach pain. Thought it was a muscle tear. He said when he went to the doctor, they said he thinks he just tore a muscle in his stomach. This was November. Christmas break happens. I go home, and I was like the last one he told. He ended up figuring out in January he had stage 4 pancreatic cancer. And that was the first, that's like the second or third time I had ever seen my dad cry. He broke down telling me that he had it, and he was like, man, without treatment, I got 6 months. With treatment, I can beat it. And I said, Pops, I want to stay here with you. I want to spend, I just want to be here with you. No, son, you know what the goal is. The goal is to graduate college or go pro. Stay and do what you're supposed to do. I'm going to be all right. I'm going to be fine. So he made me go back to school. So I went back to school. I would come home every now and then. I went home for his birthday and stuff like that. This is January 18th. It was his birthday.
Was JUCO in Texas also?
Yeah,
okay.
About 2.5 hours from where I stayed.
Okay.
We go through to the tournament. Keep in mind, on and off, I'm seeing my dad. I've seen him go from 5'8", 192 pounds of muscle, because that summertime he had asked me to train him and stuff, so he got bigger. And he wanted to be 50 and fly. That's what he called it. So he finally worked out and stuff. He went from 5'8", 192 of muscle to 5'8", 123 from the chemo treatment. So his stomach was filled with cancerous fluid, man. All the muscle was gone. So they would send me pictures and stuff, and I would notice that he was getting smaller. And I understood why he didn't want me to come home. He didn't want me to see him like that. We go into the first round, bro. We lose. It was spring break. So keep in mind, my dad told me, no treatment, 6 months. With treatment, beat it. This is the third month. It's really like this 2 months and a half. I go home during spring break. From Monday to Wednesday, I'm with him every day. He's positive. We've talked about it like, man, we're going to keep fighting. We're going to be good. We're going to beat this. Wednesday, he goes to treatment. He comes back a completely different person. Completely defeated. Never seen him that defeated before. Head down, tired. And he telling me, man, son, I'm just tired. It hurt. Broke my heart hearing my dad, I told him, man, you made me a promise. Keep fighting. We're not doing this. 2 days later, Friday comes. March Madness is on. He tells me, call your brother. I want your brother here. My brother's in the military, so he didn't stay in Texas. Told my big brother, I said, hey, man, Dad, I want you home. It's bad. I think it's bad, bro. Come home. He said, man, I can't, but I was supposed to be there. I'm coming Monday. I said, bro, get here now. He couldn't. He just wasn't able to. The next day comes. My dad asked me for Chick-fil-A and snow cones. He couldn't even taste. When you're going through chemo, you can't taste nothing.
Yeah.
So he asked me for his favorite flavor of snow cone and Chick-fil-A. I said, Pops, you can't even taste that shit. You can't taste it, and you get full off of 2 bites. He's like, man, I just want it. I get on the snow cone. He eat 2 or 3 bites of the snow cone. Tells me put it in the freezer. As he's eating it, he's enjoying it, and I hear him say, I'm gonna miss this. But at that time, I'm 19. It's not registering what he meant by that. Had a few fries and a few nuggets. I love this. The next morning, that night, I go into the bedroom, bro. We watching the games. My uncles and granny is over. He hugged me before I go to bed. He say, I just want you to know I love you and I'm proud of you. But he said it differently. He always told me that, but he said it like he was saying goodbye. But as a 19-year-old, you don't know that. I said, man, I love you too. Now he's like, nah, I just want you to know, tight hug. I said, all right, Pops. Go in there, I go to bed, wake up at 7 in the morning to my stepmom screaming. He had passed out. Come to find out, man, his legs were swollen during that week. He didn't even die from the cancer. He died from the side effect, which was blood clot. So he was gone at the moment. Then he was still breathing, but his eyes were dead, and he had fell in the tub. Now that I know now that it was dead weight. I'm strong. My dad was 100-something pounds. I should be able to lift him up out of a tub. I couldn't lift him up. Me and my stepmom tried. He was just too heavy. I didn't know it was dead weight. Took him to the hospital, bro. They put him on this little machine. I still got the picture of the machine. I used to go back and look at it to try not to cry. And I can look at it and not cry. But it was a machine that was pumping for him. It'll pump for him, and when his pulse came, they'll stop the machine to see if it was strong enough for him to breathe on his own. It'll come, it'll go, it'll come, it'll go. One time it came real strong. They was like, guys, I think we got him. They was like, doctors was like, we think we got something. We got something. Come over. My stepmom was like, hey, come say something to him. Just whisper to him. He can still hear you. I was on the phone with my brother. My brother told me to tell him that what they had talked about, he was gonna take care of me. Everything's gonna be good. Don't worry about it. He understand that he's in pain and he can go. I didn't like saying that to him. I said, but Dad, you told me you wasn't gonna leave me. You promised me that you would watch me cross for graduation. You promised you would be here. You promised you would be here for my kids. Like, don't do this to me, right? Right. Shortly after that, bro, probably like 15, 20 seconds later, bro, I seen a tear going down my dad's eye. Tear rolled down. Post went away for good. And after that, when I tell you, bro, from then to now, I've been through so much. Like, I got my nephews tatted on me right here. They died this past summer, 12 and 6, in a car accident.
Sorry.
Yeah, it's all good, man. They died, sister. I'm not afraid to tell nobody like the life I got. You know, people think my life is perfect. They don't know that everybody got problems. My sister bad with drinking, which is why I told you I don't really, I don't smoke, I don't drink, I don't really do. She had some liquor. Went driving with the kids. There was 3 of them in the car. Her and 3 kids. Her daughter's in the front seat. She survived with injuries. My sister survived with injuries. She turned in front of an 18-wheeler. 18-wheeler hit him. No kid. The kids wasn't strapped in. My youngest nephew, he got ejected from the car. He ended up dying with bad injuries. And then my oldest nephew from her got stuck in the car. He died first. And now my sister's in prison for it. So, I done been through a lot, bro. Like, my family dynamic that I grew up in is not even the same no more. But I'm still here.
Still here.
Still here.
And so losing the first round, go home to all that, must have been really difficult. But you carry on,
Yep.
You and your dad had a promise to each other, like, you got to go do what you got to do.
Yep.
So that summer, first of all, it must have been difficult to still get your mind straight on that. And second of all, how did you get ready for the next year? And were you more motivated, kind of? And also, like, did you feel like your work was, like, the work that you put into the game kind of shifted a little bit?
The way I got prepared was the coaches that I transferred from that JUCO to another JUCO, to Carl McLennan, really popular JUCO, big conference. My dad had talked to them before he passed and told them what the situation was. And they made him a promise that they would take care of me. That's why he wanted me to go there. And they gave off the notion that they understood what I was dealing with. And they would understand. Like, my uncle told them, it's gonna be hard. Just be there for him. So that summer, man, I put in more work than I had ever put in. Like I got to get there. I got to do this. And, I had bad nights, bad days. Working out, I had bad workouts, just thinking about it. I was delusional for a few months after my dad died. I didn't think he was dead. I was telling people, my dad ain't dead. Like, I didn't think he was for real. I really thought I was just dreaming. And I ended up going to the school in the summertime. I wanted to go there early, get away from people and just focus on basketball. I did that. I got into the system they wanted me to get into. This is where I knew these coaches, like some college coaches, they're liars, right? Before I got there, they told me, we want you to come and play your position, be a point guard. I was a preseason All-American, so people knew that I was going to be really good. I get there on campus. I guess the 2 guard or whatever they had recruited, they didn't think he shot the ball well enough to play the 2. So they moved me off the position I have played in my entire life. I've never played off the ball. They moved me off the ball to the 2. I excelled at that position as well. I took it to the chin. Like, I was mad. I was mad at first. Like, we hooping, everybody get on campus in like August. I'm killing. I'm like, man, you don't want me to play one? Like, not realizing like that's just what they needed for the team. But at that time, I'm still mentally not there. Mm-hmm. So I'm really just like, bro, I need to be a 1. I need to be the best version of a 1 to get to where me and my dad thought I could be. And they moved me to the 2, man, and I got comfortable in the position, and I excelled at the position. 8 games into, was it 8 games? Probably like 9 games into the season, I'm having calls from all mid-majors. We stayed in Waco. We're down the street from Baylor. One of my coaches is in contact with Baylor about me. So Baylor's on the radar. Coastal Carolinas, Iowa's, Idaho. All of these teams are talking. UNLV, Louisiana. Like, I'm having all these calls. And like my cousin went to school with me. Like, he's right here he with me every time I get a call. I'm like, bro, this is crazy. Like, my dad would be so proud. But I had issues, right? If you ask any person or player from that team, I wasn't a menace. I wasn't somebody who would disrespect coaches or nothing like that. I would have days where I'm probably crying before practice. crying after a practice, crying before a game, crying after a game. Not because of practice, but because I don't talk to my guy no more. We talk about everything every day, all day. He's not there no more, so it's hitting me. And when you got family going through stuff and you're trying to be strong for everybody else as the baby of the family, and you don't feel like you got nobody to go to, mentally you kind of lose it. So my coaches was using that. Like after our first game, bro, I had one bad performance. After like scrimmages and stuff, it was one bad performance. I had like 8 points. I played bad. It happens. We in the locker room. Coach is getting on me. You're supposed to be our captain. This and that. My phone rings. I'm clicking it to turn it off. He say, "Who you gonna call? Your dad?" I swear to God, you can ask everybody in that locker room.
That's
And wow. I didn't snap on him, bro. I didn't hit him. I didn't say nothing. I just looked at him like, wow, for real, bro? I didn't snap on him. 8 games into the season, they were playing mind games with me, bro. You playing mind games with somebody who's not there mentally, rather than trying. Like no coach was trying to have a conversation with me. Man, how you doing? How can we help you? All right. I didn't get those texts from the coaches. None of that. They didn't care for real. They just wanted me on their team. I would start one game, come off the bench another game. Started one, like just playing with me. At this point, I'm averaging. I still have a picture in my phone. I was averaging 20.8 points and like 4 or 5 assists through like 11 games of the season. Killing it. School's all on me. One game, they decided to play me like 5 minutes and sit me for the rest of the game. It was like 3 or 4 schools in the stands for me there. They talked to me like, man, why you ain't play? I don't even know. I don't know what happened. I didn't play for 8 more games after that. I lost every Division I, and COVID hit. At that time, I had lost every school. Just, man, whatever I don't know what you got going on with your coaches, but they're bad mouthing you. They're calling you a menace. They're saying that you do drugs, you sell drugs, you got a gun. I'm like, whoa, I didn't have no gun. I've never sold a drug in my life. I don't even sag.
That's crazy.
You feel me?
I've
Like
never
they
heard something like that.
Destroy my character to Division I schools to keep me from going Division I.
So you go to Texas Wesleyan the next year?
No.
Okay.
No.
Another JUCO?
No.
Okay.
When that happened, bro.
Do these 2 JUCO years count?
For me, yeah. At that time, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. At that time, it did. Like nowadays, if you go play 2 years of JUCO, you got 4 years of Division I still.
Oh, okay.
When I was there, they counted, but when COVID hit, I got that year back.
All right.
So at the end of the season, they tried to kick me off the team and all that. They said that I was a bad teammate, and they asked my teammates that they want me gone. They all said no, he's not a bad teammate. I didn't have the offers. Part of the reason why I didn't have the offers wasn't just because of them. It was also because of COVID. People started going back to school, and I had made a call to my JUCO coach, who the coaches on my current team told me that he didn't like me. I made a call to him. I said, hey man, they destroyed me. Like, you got somewhere I can go? If not, man, I'm just gonna be done. If he didn't like me, he wouldn't have made calls. He made a call, got me to West Florida. West Florida is a D2 in Pensacola.
Okay.
All right. I loved Florida. Like, that was as a matter of fact, I skipped something. My music.
Right.
While I was going through all that mental stuff, that's when I started making music. That was the first time.
I was gonna bring that up, but music has definitely been a main thing in your life as well.
Yeah.
So I guess now you're saying that this is when it started.
Yeah, it started while at McLennan. That was my therapy.
You're like, fuck these coaches.
Yeah, for real. I started writing. Like, really, I was just writing a lot of pain songs. A lot of pain. My homeboy was the one, my best friend, he was rapping. He just started rapping. He's like, bro, it's fun. I said, man, I had been writing anyway. I'm going to try it. Started getting good. It started helping me cope better. Like, all of that. Suicidal thoughts. I had all of that, bro. And I put it in my songs. Made my mama cry hearing I was suicidal and she didn't know about it. We go from there. I get to West Florida, right? I had my hair dyed. It was dyed blue. Not the whole thing, just my tips. I didn't have dreads at the time. I just had curls. Never argued with the coach. Never argued. We never had an issue. He did not like my hair, nor my hairstyle. He didn't like that I had facial hair. He would only time we would get into it, he'd be like, man, when are you gonna cut those things off your head? When are you gonna take that dye out your hair? I'm like, bro, what the hell does that got to do with basketball? Nothing. I played about 4 or 5 games. No, I played probably like 17, 18 games. I only averaged like 7 minutes. All because of my hair. All of my teammates from that team would tell you right now I deserve to play. Like, nah, he wouldn't. It's not like he was doing anything wrong. It ain't like he wasn't killing. Like, that nigga deserved to play. From that team, I think I'm the only one still playing. And I still talk to them. Like, they'll tell you, nah, it wasn't like he can play. you know. We go from there, bro. I was done. I wanted to quit. Right after the season, the coach was like, "Man, I want to bring you back." What? We having an exit meeting. I said, "I'm not coming back. My stuff is packed. Right after this, I'm going home." I drove back to Texas 12 hours. I left. I was done with basketball. I was just gonna focus on music. I was so done. One of my homeboys from JUCO the first year calls me up. He said, "Look, bro, I know you don't want to hoop no more. I know, like, but man, we need a point guard. Texas Wesleyan. We need a PG, bro. I promise you, the coach will let you be you. Just talk to him, bro. They seen your film."
This is also D2 or
No, Texas Wesleyan is NAIA.
NAIA? Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
So I
okay.
went from D2 because the coach. I was gonna transfer to D2. Once the coach blocked me from transferring in conference because it was like it was a team in our conference that was like top 5 in the country, D2, and they wanted me.
And he can block it.
He blocked, like, he was like, "You're not allowed to, like, it's something to where you're just not allowed to do it. You got to go. You can go there, but you got to sit out a year."
Damn.
So he put some like restriction on me transferring there to play the next year. So Texas Wesleyan calls. I go up there. Texas Wesleyan is about 7 minutes from where my mom stayed from the house, right there. I'm like, the first year I stayed off campus. I drove up to the school, talked to Coach Shingleton. Big buff white guy, bald head. He looked like Wreck-It Ralph, right? He say, "Man, I know a little bit about your story." He also had talked to my first JUCO coach. He was like, "Man, I know what you're capable of." My assistant coach here, the assistant coach, Coach B, is not a head coach. He was like, "Man, when I was talking to Coach Sheen, your film do not reflect your stats. We can tell. We know you can play. We seen what you did in JUCO. We know how good you are. We want you to just be yourself. We want you to help make us better, help us make a winning team or whatever, make us a winning team."
Is there any talk about like, you know, that they kind of like knew that like your other coaches were kind of like
Yeah,
shitting on you? And
yeah, they
like,
knew. Everybody knew.
Anything that they said to you to kind of like motivate you or anything?
The black coach, Coach B, he was like, your situation is a little different than everybody else's. Usually, people that are getting blackballed or shitted on the way that you've been shitted on is because they deserved it. You didn't deserve it. Like, he's like, but now you're in a position where you're not gonna get shitted on. You're just gonna get to play.
So you knew this is like you're gonna get your chance now.
Yeah. And I run into another. God put me through some things to make me real strong. Like, without God putting me through the stuff He put me through, bro, I don't know who or where I would be today. Like, I ran into another obstacle. Right? I signed there. Day before the first game of the season, I find out I'm ineligible to play. Not because I'm stupid. I had a 3.4, 3.5 GPA. When I transferred from West Florida, something didn't transfer over, and we wasn't aware of it. Like, my coach told me everything was fine. So I didn't know that he missed out on double checking something. I'm like, dang, what are the odds that this happens? Like, and it's like, I was close to getting to be like, man, I just don't. God might be telling me don't hoop no more, bro. That's what I was getting, but I was like, you know what? I'm gonna put my head down. I practice with them every day. I led the team. Practice just got better. I got cleared for. This is crazy. I was supposed to be cleared for the second half of the season though. December 17th, I get cleared to play. My team is excited. We had a good team, a team that can go to the Natty. All we needed was me. I was the only thing missing in point guard. I get in there. We played like the team we played was like number 2 in our conference, and the conference that we played in was the best conference in the country in NAIA. We played this team. They had been blowing everybody out. We beat them by 40. I played like 25 minutes. I had 17, 7, and 5. I just didn't miss a shot. You could see the difference within the team. Coach tells me the next day, man, they let you play yesterday, but right when we got on the bus, you're ineligible for the whole season.
What?
Don't know why. Like, I ended up not being able to play. After that, I got one game in, rest of the season done. I was like, wow, like, that's crazy.
Do you ever play again at Texas Wesleyan?
I did.
Okay, so you continued the next year?
This was technically my junior year because of COVID, right? So at West Florida, the season didn't count because that was the season where you get your year back.
So you still have 2 years of eligibility?
I have one technically.
Okay.
But I also, because I never went
Man,
D1.
this is a story.
It's a story, bro. I'm telling you, bro. Like, I want to make a movie about my, I had one technically, but because of like at that time it was like a clock thing with D1. I've never played D1. I technically still had 1 year of that available. So I did 2 years of JUCO, and I only played one actual season at Texas Wesleyan. The following year, we went back. We good. I'm cleared. Everything's fine. I get National Player of the Month, National Player of the Week. I'm at one point I was averaging 33.6 points in 1 month, shooting 83% from the field. Like if you look at my highlights from Texas Wesleyan, my first 10 clips are dunking on people.
You had to
like,
get something off your chest.
Man, I wanted it. You know, I had a great year. I ended up averaging like 18, 5, and 5. I had a good year. It was my first actual year playing basketball in 2.5 seasons, bro. So that was technically a rusty year for me. I hadn't played organized ball in 2.5, almost 3 years. You feel me? McLennan took the rest of the season from me. West Florida played me 6 or 7 minutes a game. Texas Wesleyan, I missed the whole year, and then I finally got to play. You know, after that, I had people reaching out to go overseas. But this is a funny story. So one of my teammates that year, he's probably our second best player statistically. He was a wing. He had one more year. He was a year younger than me. You know, it was the day where we all was just working out, and he was telling us, man, I got an opportunity to go D1. We was like, what? Where? UTA. I was like, oh, that's what's up, bro. Like, at this point, UTA wasn't on my radar. At this point, we're still trying to figure out if I can find a year to play. Texas Wesleyan didn't think I could get another year to play Division I. We knew I was done in NAIA. But I told him, nah, like, if that's how the clock thing works, I technically have 1 year to play. Like, I can go D1. I started talking to a lot of schools, Division I schools. It was probably like 12 or 13 schools. Hey, man, we want you. We want you. Like, a bunch of them wanted me. But we don't want to take a chance on your waiver. You had to submit a waiver to get my clock thing, to get me that year. We don't want to offer you, take a chance on your waiver, and you not get to play, and we lose out on the offer. So they wanted me, but they didn't want to risk it. So I had called one of these coaches, my AAU coach. I said, Coach, what's up? My teammate say you finna go to UTA? You that's your alma mater. What's up? UTA had a brand new staff. Coach KT Turner he was the head assistant at Kentucky, came from Kentucky, brand new staff. He was like, you know what? I'm gonna go get you in open gyms. Cause my partner was like, man, he had been hooping in open gyms, and his uncle was gonna be a part, all of that. His uncle was supposed to be a part of staff. I said, dang. And my teammates, they don't even know. Some of my teammates was like, he got that before you? You was our best player? I said, hey man, God bless him, congrats. But he shouldn't have told me about it. He told me about it. I was like, man, what's up? Like, I don't even get that look. It's right down the street. He called me. Hey, they hooping on Sunday. Go up there and hoop. Open gym. They got recruits in the gym. I guess that week that I got invited, he didn't. My teammate from NAI didn't get invited. I hooped that Sunday. I leave. He said, hey, I want you to come back. Come back Tuesday. I said, all right. They like what they seen. Show them more. Show them you can shoot. Show them. I was nervous. That was my first time being in the Division I gym at that age, like having to prove, like, bro, I can do this. I belong here. So I just showed them how athletic I was and how great I could defend. I'm dunking on people. And they was like, damn, bring them back. Show them you can shoot. Show them I can shoot. Hey, man, they want you back one more time. Show them you can do everything else as a point guard. Show them all of that. A week later, hey, they want you. They want you on campus June 5th. They want to offer you. They'll take a chance on your waiver.
So this is also now NIL.
Yeah.
So are we talking like money as well, and that's all like clear?
Man, so because of my situation was different, the waiver thing, what they had planned was, all right, so look, we'll bring you on campus. We're going to submit a waiver. We're not going to give you a full offer yet because we don't want to risk it. But we'll find a way to get you some grants to where if you can walk on and not have to pay, right? So technically I was supposed to be a walk-on. I go through the summer program. I don't look like a walk-on. I look like, nah, he's supposed to be here. I ended up getting cleared. Once my waiver cleared, it was the day where we was my coach is so funny. We was in the film room. Randomly, for no reason, bro, he was getting on me. Oh, hey, K, you think you this, you think you that, da, da, da. You think you can guard it, and I was like, bro, I'm looking around like, bro, I ain't even did nothing. And then, he said, yeah. And then he called one of my teammates up. My teammate's like, yeah, punk, I just wanted to tell you, you got your offer. I said, yo, and they all jumped, excited for me. They was like, yeah, you got your, my letter of intent, bro. Division I. Finally, after 5 different schools and 6 years of BS, pain, all of that, God gave me a chance. Signed it, bro. Still got doubters. Yeah, he like, some of my teammates was like, bro, you a walk-on. You ain't finna. I started. You feel me? First game of the season, I started. Full scholarship, started, bro. I had a great game, opening game versus Oral Roberts, bro. I cried after that game. I put my jersey out in front of me with the last name, and I cried because I'm like, Dad, Dad, I'm here. I just graduated college. I walked the stage. He didn't get to see that, but I'm like, Pops, look at this. Like, we here. We made it, And we ended up going. We had a good year, bro. That year, we went all the way to the conference championship. We lost to GCU. They just had a powerhouse. We lost by 10. Really, the refs gave them that game. It was a good year though, bro.
We got the full AK, the whole thing.
Yeah.
That's
I don't know
crazy,
if you know though,
man.
I went viral for throwing the ball at somebody.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Conference championship
But
game.
nah, man, it's admirable. Like you had a whole lot of bullshit, and you didn't stop, and you got your D1 moment, and you got that whole year, and it shows the hard work, and it shows being persistent, discipline, all that.
Yeah.
And finally you're like, all right, what's next?
Yeah.
I want to go pro. I really like you're like, I could do this.
Yeah.
Yeah. So now UTA is over.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all went far.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all had a great year,
Mm-hmm.
and you finally are in good company.
Mm-hmm.
So now you're ready to take that next step.
Mm-hmm.
So you find your agent and everything, get some calls, end up in Sweden.
Mm-hmm.
So tell us about that,
Okay.
and tell us a little bit about your on and off the court in Sweden.
All right, so my agent hit me up, the dude hit me up or whatever, man. We get the Sweden deal. I fired that agent. He didn't tell me the full truth. I didn't know I was supposed to be on a 1+1 in Sweden.
Okay.
And I didn't know that until, I got there or whatever. Get out there though. Sweden's cold. I'm from Texas, bro, where we got every type of weather, but we don't got negative 35-degree weather. It's not snowing up to your waist in September or first week of October. Sweden is cold, bro. Freezing, like the lakes were freezing over to a point where they're like, yeah, man, we drive our cars on the lake when it freezes over. Got what? They going skiing on the lake. I'm like, bro, I'm not doing none of that. Like, I'm going to different parts of Sweden, and they're telling me you should go do this on the lake. No, I'm not walking on the frozen ocean, bro. You're not gonna get me. I'm not gonna fall and get eaten by a shark under this. Like, I'm not risking that, bro. But on the court, lovely. I can't cap, bro. Sweden gave me when people used to say, man, overseas people love you. I felt like I was in the NBA in Sweden because kids love me. They taking pictures. They creating me on 2K. I'm signing their shoes.
I saw you on the ground signing that shoe.
Yeah, bro. I'm signing shoes. I'm taking pictures. My music. Like, I had a song called Sweden. It's getting played at every game. Halftime. Bro, I had an interview where I'm talking. They was like, yeah, man, you had a great first half. And my song come on. I said, hold on. It's like, yeah, bro, that's you. I said, nah, that's crazy. Like, I said, bro, that's amazing. So on the court, I enjoyed it. Off the court, I enjoyed it. I had great teammates, so I didn't have no issue. Like, we were a good team.
How many foreigners do you guys have?
4.
4, okay.
I was American. Ben was American. Troy old self, he was American, but he was married to a girl that was in like Norway, so he stayed in Norway. And then we had a Canadian. His name's Grant. Big man, 40-inch vertical.
And then in Sweden, what is the travel situation like, going to away games and stuff like that?
Bro, I didn't know Sweden's not big, pause, but it's a long country. So from top to bottom, that's really what it is. So, bro, like the first 2 or 3 games, we got to fly. I think it was like probably the first 5 or 6. But we were driving 9 hours to a game, day of, playing, then driving 9 hours back. Playoffs, we're driving 9 hours down, playing, day of.
That's crazy.
Bro, like even days where we flew. We flew in the day of, bro, because money not the same. They don't, Sweden not giving their money to the basketball teams unless you're the top team. Borås or Norrköping, Luleå. Other than that, you got to get in where you fit in. So I didn't have a car there either. I'm walking. So when it's snowing and my teammates leave me and I got to walk 17 minutes to the weight room, like I'm walking.
You got other teammates that got cars?
The ones who are from there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But
So
the foreigners are not getting cars?
Not on our team.
Got you.
Other teams, their foreigners did. A couple, they might have a team car or whatever.
So we were talking about how you were with your agent and that he had to go.
Yeah.
So talk about the agents and how that works around here. You know,
he was a good guy, great guy.
Yeah.
The only reason why I parted ways with him was because season starts, I'm playing really well. I knew that people didn't expect me to play as well as I did. Like, they was like, man, they got a kid from UTA. I only averaged 6.7 at UTA. I played a great role. I didn't play the role of being a guy. I played the role of, like, however I can help us win. Be the best on-ball defender, make shots, make the right plays. That's what I did. I was pass first at UTA. So they didn't think that I can come and be a guard, a lead guard. I came off the bench in Sweden, and I started having big games early. And I asked him, I said, hey, man, I was only getting 1,500. I'm like, yo, I got people to feed. What we talking about for next year? I know how I'm going to finish this year. Like, what's the plan for next year? How much can you give me? Oh, man, my hands are tied. You know, you're on a 1+1. What? Yeah, they can sign you back. Most of you probably get is 35. I said, the most? Yeah. I said, nah, you playing with me. I got other agents hitting me up, telling me I'm worth more. I can get to other places. Like, you're telling me you can't get me out of Sweden after the first year. This is a showcase league, and I'm being, like, box office. Like, people are coming to the games and telling me, man, I'm here to watch you. Like, I'm helping.
That was a team option?
It was a team option. And he told me that, and I had a big agent. I'm not even going to name the agents, none of that, but I got a better agent, bro. And he was like, man, I got you. Like, look at my clientele. I said, okay.
You constantly have guys hitting you up
all the time.
Yeah.
Like, in Sweden, I was doing stuff, bro. I was having good games and doing stuff on both ends. I don't just play one end. So nowadays, you know, Americans don't really play defense. We just hoop. You know, you got somebody who loves to play defense. It's really it's hard to find that, you know, overseas at least. So I was doing that, and I ended up, you know, parting ways with him, signed to the other guy. He said, I just need you to finish strong, get this type of game. We'll talk about it after the season. Took care of that. Right after the season, like I said, I had it in good with the team I played with. GM says, hey, man, you know what? You don't deserve to be here next year. We would offer you this if you would take it. We would offer you this to come back, but we're not going to make it hard on you to leave. You can go wherever you want to go. You deserve it. Like, you go.
Could you say how much that was, or?
They offered me 60 to go back
for the year.
Yeah. So okay. From 15,000 to 60.
Yeah.
I would have been probably the highest paid player in that country for that year. I turned it down. I didn't want to be in the same situation. Technically, I didn't want to come off the bench again. I didn't really feel like I needed to come off the bench. Political stuff happens. And I didn't feel like I was young enough. I'm 26. I'm not 22. If I was 22, I could do 2 years in Sweden. I could do 2 years over here. I'm 26. I need to climb as high as fast as I can. And my new agent did the impossible. I'm in Israel, the Winners League. You feel me? Like, coming from Sweden to Israel, from a rookie, it's not really likely. No one does that. I didn't average 35, so it's not like I played 22 minutes a game over there, so I didn't really have the year I could have had, but I had a good year with what I was given. So getting the Israel Winners League off of that, I got a miracle agent, you know. So he got me here, and it was a no-brainer. It was a late sign. I had other countries, but when he told me Israel, I didn't really look at the war as an issue for me. I was like, man, I had been talking with my people about getting closer to God and, like, really getting that journey, reading every day and really being there. I was like, bro, Israel is a great opportunity. Like, I can go visit Jerusalem, Nazareth. Like, when I get the days off to do that, I want to go out there for a couple of days and really do that. I said, man, it ain't about basketball going there for me. It's about, like, closing in that gap, like, getting closer. Like, I got to go to Israel. I didn't know how important of a league Winners League was, or I didn't.
So I was going to ask that, you know, when you're senior year at UTA and then also going to Sweden, are you, like, aware about overseas Euro League, Euro Cup, stuff like that?
Nah. I to be honest, bro, I never looked at overseas until I knew I had to look at overseas.
Yeah.
You know, when I'm hearing that, like, you got to trust agents and you got to just ask people that know. I'm asking people like, man, what's up with this league? What's up? Man, don't take that league, or don't take that league. Like Sweden's a great showcase league, especially from where you're coming from. I was in a league where people came from Arizona State, Florida, California. I was like, oh, big schools, cool. And they guarding me, and I'm giving them work, cool. Like when you get like when I hear about Israel Winners League and Champions League, I didn't know it was so many leagues overseas. I just knew NBA, Euro League. I didn't know there was Champions. The China CBA. I didn't know all of that, bro.
And then you talk to some guys about Israel, and they're like, "Oh,
man, I heard so many stories. People telling me, man, as an American athlete, you can go to Israel and not want to leave. I was like, why? Like, bro, you'll see. And I'm not even like a party person. I'm not a party person, bro. I went out to see what it was like, but I'm a true homebody type of guy. But just the love I've gotten since being here, bro, it outdoes Sweden. And Sweden loved me. You feel me? Like, people ask, like, Israel, Sweden. Israel. Like, I don't even have to think about it. Weather's better. The food is great. Everything's great here. Like, my music is getting seen. Like, I'm getting love, bro. And I'm like, man, if I could play here for the rest of my career, unless the NBA, I would play in Israel for the rest of my, like, money right, situation right. I have no problem staying here. Like, I love it here. And, I've been getting a lot of backlash on TikTok.
yeah."
I'm like, bro, it's not even about that. Like, I'm not out here saying war this or war that. I'm just enjoying the country itself.
Nah, as soon as you say Israel, your comment section's
I'm like, dang. They was like, yeah, man, Palestine this, Palestine that. I'm like, bro, what are y'all talking about? And I tell, like, somebody DM me today. Like, I actually respond to some of my DMs to let them know, like, I'm not like a famous, I don't care what you say type of person. I care about your feelings. You feel me? Like, I'm not that type of dude. If I can see it and I respond. Dude was like, man, I just want to ask you, you put Israel in your stuff, like, are you just supporting what they're doing to Palestinians or something like that? I said, bro, not one post has anything to do about that. I said, I am in Israel for reasons that has nothing to do with war. I'm just here for me, for like my own personal journey, bro. Y'all are getting mad at me for enjoying my life. I don't have people back home that can do this. None of my family members can say, man, they went to Israel. I can say that. So I'm enjoying it, and I'm videoing everything for them and me. Like, I can take this back to my kids one day. Like, Dad played here. Dad got, like, stake in the game here. Like, they love Dad. Like, I can do that. Yeah. Like, I said, it ain't nothing about Palestine. I said, bro, I have a song about Sweden. I said, whatever country I go to, if I leave Israel and play somewhere else, I'm going to make a song called, like, that's just how I do it.
I wanted to ask you, like, you said you were a late sign, but then when the writing situation happened for that song?
Okay, so right after I signed, I started looking into it, right? All summer my agent was like, man, Israel could be a real, like, you might get that. I'm looking at it like, man, I ain't finna do that. Like, it's just too far. It's too big of a step. It's like, man, they don't mess with me, bro. They don't think I can play there. Like, they don't think I coming from Sweden, they don't think you can play there that fast. Not understanding, like, bro, I'm grown, and I have the body, and I have the IQ, and I have the skill set. So song wise, I'm like, man, I signed late. I write fast when I'm really, like, when I'm creative, I write fast. I said, you know what? Let me go find a beat. Find a beat. I started looking at stuff of Sweden. Of Israel, like, different landscapes, just looking at it. It's like, okay, beach, sea, women. Okay, I can do this. Get the writing. Once a beat hit me, I'm fresh out the plane. Apartment, look over the sea, and I'm standing right there on the beach. I'm out in Israel, can you believe it? My daddy is so proud of me. Year 2, I am not a rookie. Got something to, you feel me? So all of that, it came from real feelings, like, got something to prove. I came here to compete. I got something to prove. People don't think I should be here. I got something to prove. I came here to compete. So it's just, if you never quit, ain't no such thing as defeat. I never quit. I'm not defeated because I never gave up. So writing that song, man, I just felt real good about writing. I was like, man, you know what? Hopefully Israel liked the song. And I posted it not knowing people would like it, love it. Like, y'all love that song. I'm like, wow, that ain't my best song. Like, they just don't know. But I did it, like, out of the love. Like, I'm glad I got a chance here. And I was like, man, I'm gonna make a song just to show y'all, So.
And then you've been performing it too.
Yeah.
So what goes into that? And
but my first time ever performing was out here. I didn't perform in the States. In the States, typically where you're from, your hometown don't support you. No matter how good you are, you got to do something stupid, crazy to go viral for something that you shouldn't be doing. Go to jail to get that type of love. So when I seen they were showing me love, I didn't reach out to nobody and say I want to perform. They reached out to me and said, "Hey, would you like to perform it?" Usually, bro, me being nervous, I got stage fright, and I'm a basketball player who plays on big stages, right? I got stage fright. That's why I've been rapping 5 years and never performed until I got here. I was like, no, man. When they did it, I said, you know what? This is God. I'm gonna perform it. And I was nervous, bro. If you see my first performance, I had on a hoodie. I'm over here trying to cover myself, you know. But after I seen the reaction I got from people and that they loved the song, I was like, oh yeah, I can do this. Like I can do this. So the second time I performed it, I came in there with a muscle shirt on, took my jacket off, and I'm looking at them, letting y'all know that I'm here. Like, and every time I perform it from here on out, like I love it.
So I wanted to ask you also, like, other guys are going there as well, like maybe teammates, maybe guys that you play against.
Yeah, other guys.
So
yeah.
what's that like? Kind of like having you perform and then like this guy that you're about to go guard is like in the stands,
Bro,
you know?
Tonio Blakeney, right? You know, he when we played, I guarded him a few possessions. He's like, man, why you come over here and guard me? You can actually guard. Like he didn't like me guarding him. So I performed a song or whatever, and I go and I talk to a few of them. They was like, nah, that's hard. Like they don't hate. They give me. They was like, I ain't gonna lie, bro. That song hard. All of them like, nah, you did that. Like when we hoop, we go against each other. We go against each other. But off the court, it's always love. You know, don't nobody got no personal beef. It's we got a job to do, and when we ain't doing our job, bro, we can enjoy each other. Like we all friends, you know.
Yeah.
So
what would you say about like specifically Israel's a small country?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So you know, even being in Beer Sheva, without traffic, you're in Tel Aviv within an hour. You know.
Yeah.
So what would you say about like, you know, off the court it's all love.
Yeah.
But there's so many Americans here. You know, you got maybe 5, 6. Tel Aviv's got fucking like 12, 13 guys.
Yeah.
You know, so like, what would you say about like the American basketball community out here in Israel?
I think, bro, it's pretty big. Like we don't always all talk, but when we see each other, it's love. Like we see each other like, hey, what's up? We sit there and chop it up like normal. Outside of that, I think everybody enjoy each other like when they with each other. Like teammates enjoy teammates. Like Be'er Sheva is so far though, bro. I think if I was in Tel Aviv, I'd probably be kicking it with a lot of the dudes I know all the time. Like, bro, where you at? Like, just me here. Like 10 minutes is nothing. Having to drive an hour and 15, traffic hour and 55, we really don't get to chop it up like that. But it's mutual places to go to where you're going to see everybody there. You know, you're going to see all the American athletes. Y'all all going to chop it up. And when we all in there, we all chop it up and have a good time.
So going back to on the court, how's it been like playing here in Israel?
Fun, different though. Different. It's different.
How's the point guard role feeling?
Different.
Yeah.
It's different, man. The PG role real different for me because I'm used to being able to just go make it happen. Like whatever, like run our plays, but make it happen. Like whenever you see something, do it. Right now I'm in a situation where like I just got to be pass first, set the offense up, fine, pass first. So I'm getting used to that. I know the system now, so I know how to. I've always known how to make the right plays. Just sometimes I gotta like just be careful when I want to be aggressive. Try not to be too aggressive at times, and until that trust is gained to where he understands like, nah, he can do that here too. You know, so I say learning that is different, but I enjoy it.
What about the style of gameplay here in Israel?
Fast. It's a lot. It's really fast. People like to get shots up. Like even like practice, right? Practice is way different, bro. In Sweden, I was practicing 3 hours. Like I ain't gonna cap. Our coach had us doing some stupid stuff in Sweden. We're dancing around cones for an hour and a half. Like here, it's basketball. We lift, basketball. We don't sit here and just run for 25 minutes, sprints up and down. We're getting to basketball. We're playing, and I like that. Like that's probably the best situation you can ask for, to just be able to play basketball.
You say it's 3 hours, but here it's probably like an hour and a half, 2 hours maybe.
Max hour 15.
Yeah, so like, and you have that, and then the rest of your day's kind of free. So
I play the game all day. Yeah, like bro, when I'm at the crib, when I'm with people, I'm with family, I don't get on the game. But when I'm here and I'm overseas, bro, you go home, it's just you at the crib. If I ain't like reading, if I'm not getting on the phone to read Bible, if I'm not getting on the phone to watch a sermon, I'm just on the game with my homies. Like, and we're on the game all day. I might go eat somewhere. I might TikTok and like, what should I eat at? They'll give me a suggestion and I'll go and I'll video it for them. Other than that, bro, I'm on the game all day.
So you're saying you're on the game with a bunch of your boys, with other boys from other places and like playing overseas as well?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like one of my close homeboys, Grant Sherfield, he's in Germany. He played at Be'er Sheva about 2 years ago.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Were you talking with him about it?
Yeah. He told me how like the staff is like a family. He said, bro, they're gonna take care of you. And so far they didn't take care of me.
Yeah.
You know?
Have you had any of those Shabbat dinners or anything like that yet?
Yeah, my teammate is married to an Israeli woman, and they invited us to one. It was fire. I loved it, bro. I'm gonna go to another one, you know. But he's in Germany. Another homeboy, he's playing in London. Another friend is playing in Lebanon. Another homeboy playing in Poland. Yeah, like, and then you got guys playing all over around Israel. So
right.
Yeah, a lot of us are we all be on the game, bro, whenever we can.
So like to sum it up, kind of like you've been here for about 2 months now.
Mm-hmm.
So what have you like really loved about being here in Israel?
The love, like just the appreciation, you know, feeling appreciated, bro. The fact that y'all got good food too, love y'all food, but like really just the appreciation, bro. Like being able to be told like, I like what you're doing, thank you. Like having people actually say that, it feels good. It don't change me. I'm still the same person wherever I go, however I am. It just feels good. Like I understand why people like that are famous, that appreciate being famous to a certain extent. I see why they like love their fans, right? I'm not famous. I'm known now. I'm not famous, but just off the love I've gotten, I'm like, bro, I can get used to this. Like it feels good because I don't do nothing crazy. They just, hey, we love you. I'm like, dang, I love y'all too. Like, thank y'all, you know? So I think just being appreciated by another country, about a bunch of people is amazing, bro.
For sure.
Yeah.
So it's been a journey of a story.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you've had to get out of the mud more than once.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, it was tough losing your dad and then having to go was a bunch of bullshit. But then finally you ended up UTA.
Yeah.
You know, Sweden was great. Now you're in Israel. You know, best of luck in the rest of the season.
Yeah, appreciate it.
But now, with all of that and going through all that and having that grit, you know, I'll say it's grit, you know, because you could have stopped so many times.
Facts.
What's some advice you would give to someone who's kind of like going through something like that and they don't know if they should keep going?
Always put God first, right? When you're going through something, pray about it, lean on Him. Always put God first. Talk to somebody. Like, don't hold it in. Bottling all those type of emotions in, especially as a man. Women know how to kind of express themselves better. But when you're a man, you don't want to do that. You want to feel weak. Talk to somebody. Like like somebody that you trust, you can tell anything. Tell them. Don't feel embarrassed to feel weak. Like, get that out your system. You need to. And just never give up. Like, my dad had this saying he always told me, always strive to be better than good enough. So whenever I feel like I'm doing good enough, I don't think I'm doing enough. You feel me? Like if I'm tired from working out, but I feel like, man, I could have made at least 55 more shots, I'm gonna go make 70. You know, like always know, man, if you put in a position to be successful, God always gives his strongest battles to his toughest soldiers. So you're not going through something for no reason. You're going through something because you're going to get something out of it. Always know it's light at the end of the tunnel, man, to be real. As a kid, I didn't understand that. It was always why me, why this, why that. Now I understand why. He was preparing me, you know? So just know that obstacles aren't signs to quit. Obstacles are signs that you're getting somewhere. The devil tried to jump in front of you because he sees you going somewhere far. And God is there to lead you there. So just keep pushing.
Well said. And then it's good shit.
Yeah,
but now we're wrapping up. So at the end of each episode, we do this little rapid fire question, shot clocks. So here, I'm going to just give it to you. And you could pass or you could give us your answers. So parking in Israel or parking in Texas?
Parking in Texas.
Okay. Best food you've had in Israel?
GDB burger. I hadn't ate the big restaurants yet.
Okay.
So best burger, GDB burger. Best sushi room. That's all I got for now.
Okay. Favorite basketball movie?
Loving basketball.
Go-to warm-up song.
Either Satisfaction by Gunna. No, On Me by Gunna.
I thought you were gonna say one of yours.
Nah, because I do got one, but it's unreleased.
Okay.
It's called Magician. It's
Okay.
called Magician.
Best city in the world.
Best city in the world? Pass. I don't know yet.
Okay.
I ain't been everywhere.
Best club in Tel Aviv.
Atlanta.
Dunk or three-pointer.
3.
Max contract, no minutes, or minimum contract and main guy on the team.
Max contract, no minutes.
You gotta get your
I'm
money.
getting paid. What? Money.
Yes, sir. Well, appreciate you, man. This was a great podcast. The Baseline.
For sure.
Akili Vining.
Appreciate
you.
bro.
Yes, sir. Let's go.
Yeah. That was a good contract.
You like that?